Welcome back to Rebelance Radio. My name is Kevin, joined as always by my co-host, co-founder, co-partner, Miguel First Night, and special guest, T. Mason in the house from Genuine Undead. Mason, how you doing?
Dude, I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here, man. I'm stoked to be back on the live stream.
We're excited
Last time I feel like I was at a disadvantage. Like my shit wasn't working. You know, my shit's working now.
I know what that's like.
You know what that's like every week.
Yeah, exactly. You know how the technical difficulty goes.
Yeah, something like that. You know, we have 3 cameras. We were trying to do one like wide shot of us and then one close up like this. But the audio system we're using clearly just doesn't want to play.
You guys in the same room right now?
We're in the same room.
Yeah.
You can fondle each other right now if you want to.
We are fondling each other. Thank you.
That's pretty badass. Wait, can I ask you, because I'm a little bit of a nerd, what kind of cameras are we using, guys?
iSpots.
There's the Obsbot brand, and they have these two. This small one called the what's it called, the
Tail Air.
The Tail Air. It's
a
very
you're using webcam cameras.
Yeah. These are very good cameras. They're 4K. We don't stream in 4K because unless you're doing it like through OBS yourself, it's not going to go 4K.
You want to know what's crazy? Is so like I'm using like a fucking high-end photography camera right now. Like stupid. Like it's not for video at all. It's literally for like the megapixels on this camera is ridiculous for photography. But it also has a video capability. And it just so happens I can plug in a USB-C and get a little bit of.
There you go.
So it works.
There you go.
If it works, it works.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. These cameras are supposed to be really good. It's just that Kevin needs to fix it.
I swear, when we test these things, they work. And then when you go live, it doesn't work. We're gonna have to make a separate feed where we go live.
Murphy's Law. What can go wrong will go wrong. You gotta just expect it, you know.
A fucking man. So Mason, you do a couple of live streams throughout the week, right? You do some X Spaces, some Twitter Spaces, right?
Yeah, I've been pretty much just doing mainly Spaces. Like over the last 2 years, I've done pretty much Spaces. I've done like an occasional live stream where I'll either just have a very opinionated take where I feel like I need to address the camera, or once or twice I've interviewed like a person on live stream like this, or I've been on your show.
Right.
But I've never really prioritized streaming, even though it's something that like is completely in my wheelhouse because of just like my production background and because of like what I can do from like an editing standpoint. So right now I don't have any like reoccurring streams. I have a Saturday morning space for GU that I do. But I think 2025 is really reaching out to me, and I really want to kind of start doing this more because I will say, look, one thing about Spaces is I've loved doing Spaces over the last couple of years. I think Spaces have brought some of the most incredible conversations, as well as you just meet all kinds of people and anyone can get up on stage, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like for me, like when I think about like passion, my passion really is like having conversations with like 1, 2, 3, 4 people max, about one topic and really going in depth about that. And I feel like streaming is one way we can do that. And then of course, once you stream, whether it's 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, you can chop that up and then you can throw it into the algorithm and, manipulate the clip meta if you want, as many views as you want. But for me, I think the passion really is kind of having those one-on-one conversations. So I'm really looking forward to doing more streaming.
Yeah, I mean, I really love streaming. I think it's just for me, it's more of like having the face in front of you too, like live, because there's no secrets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could just see what's happening. It's much better. I love it more. I mean, the part of cutting the clips and stuff like that, Kevin likes doing that stuff, and then we'll post it, which is good. I do love that too, because then you can go to key sections on those streams and just put them out there, and get some views. But anyway, how you been, man? It's been a while.
Good, man. I've been good. Fuck, it's 2025. I started off with a bang, flooded the upstairs bathroom.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you change the shelf behind you? I feel like that's not what it was last time we chatted.
I was getting a lot of. So you didn't see it last time. A lot of these books and things were like over here.
Right.
And I had the dresser, which is, hold on one second. The dresser, which is
Yeah.
over here, right? I had the dresser. Well, that's too far. I had the dresser over there, and so after Christmas, I just decided like it was getting a little too messy, so I decided to bring up a shelf, and there you go. There
Yeah.
you go.
When
Got a little background now.
when I edit videos for clips and things like that, I spend so much time like watching the other person's room that I really like. I was like, it stood out to me that there were
Do you?
shelves behind you now. Yeah, because you're just watching and you're
Yeah,
cutting
look, a lot
way
of
too
people.
five
Look,
seconds.
I'm actually glad you brought this up because I kind of want to talk a little shit real quick. It's probably
Let's
not
do
gonna go. It's not gonna go well, you know. But
Let's
at
do
the
it.
same time, I already feel like I'm banned from everyone's like I'm already gate kept from all the like real, whatever. So like, look, that's my biggest thing about the streaming thing right now. Is like I want to see higher production quality. You know what I mean? Like, look, I don't give a shit where you live. It's not like I expect you to have a good house, like a big house or whatever, but. I just think there should be a little bit higher production quality with some of these streams, especially with some of these people that have been doing it for so long. It's like, put something up out there that's a little interesting.
Yeah,
Tell a little bit more of a story about who you are. You know what I mean?
I completely agree. The two main video streams that I watch are probably the Daily Bone, which is the Bodagos guys like Get Rich Nick and Pio and Clemente, and then there's FOMO Hour, and that's Rug Radio. And Rug Radio,
both of them need it a little bit. They're so tight to the camera. They're so tight.
Yeah, I agree.
They're so tight.
See, someone agrees with me about
no,
the
there's
tightness.
a difference.
No,
you want to look like you're 40 miles away with it.
No. You don't want to look like you're 40 miles away, but you don't need to be like, hey guys.
Exactly.
Hey guys, I'm sophisticated AI. This is what I bought today. Follow my trades. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I mean.
It's just a little bit,
Like, give her some character, give her some background.
I agree with the background. There's probably some percentage of like a 60-40 rule or something like that. There's probably some appropriate number.
I feel like it's not warm. You know what I mean? It's got to be inviting.
Inviting.
Yeah, it's got to be inviting.
Yeah, your face is not inviting, so you should
face-
probably be 40% face.
Whoa. I disagree.
Whoa.
I disagree. I see that face at a bar,
Exactly. Look at
especially
it.
holding that mug. I'm
Jesus.
saying,
Where did that come
guy,
from?
that's a guy I want to have a beer with.
I did not see him bring that in here.
Listen.
Meanwhile, he hands me a water. Thanks. Someone's got to stay sober during this.
I did give him a water. You know what happened? I've been sick, man. I had pneumonia actually, and I finally got over it, and I haven't drank anything in a while. So today I decided to do it to catch up. It's
The
been like
best
a
way
month.
to get over a cold.
It's been like a month in bed.
The best way to get over pneumonia is
Wait.
get drunk.
I got a question for you guys because I actually have been really enjoying what you guys have been doing in regards to live streams and whatnot. So tell me about kind of like this whole setup that you guys have had with Sean and Casey. Like I feel like this is kind of something you guys are going to lean into, moving
we
forward.
better. Go ahead, Miguel. You tell him. You've been the one kind of running this from behind the scenes.
Yeah, so Casey and I are really good friends.
What does that mean? Like you guys touched each other or what?
Yeah, I touch his legs all the time in the Philippines.
Okay.
I teleport, but
I'm
now
just saying, okay. All right, keep going.
now we just became really good friends. And honestly, like Casey's all about like community, and he's all about like bringing people up and helping people out. So he's like my saint behind me. So he really pushes me, gives me advice, he gives me like all the right things to do and say. He's helping us out with our project, like even this. And an opportunity came for us to partner up, and now he's one of our partners for the podcast. And then Sean came into picture. It was funny. I met Sean through Casey, obviously, but it had nothing to do with the show or NFTs or like that. It was a conversation that I needed to have with him about something, and it was some advice that I needed. And he kind of gave it to me and kind of hit it off after that. It was very genuine, right? So it was a really genuine conversation that we had, and we kind of got to know each other, and the rest is kind of history. he's there now. He's one of our friends.
So let me add a little bit to that. So, Sean is the CEO of the Girasan and PG Group, and they have a lot of products coming out in addition to their
do,
NFT.
yeah.
So all these products that the PG Group is launching, he needed like a platform to demo some of them. So we were fortunate enough that he asked us if he could kind of like use our streaming platform as Rebel Ants Radio to showcase some of those things. And it's been a good fit. I think it gives him a chance to kind of share what he's working on, answer questions from the crowd, and he draws a crowd for sure. I think we had a few thousand people throughout.
Yeah,
the last
with
few
him we
streams
had
with him.
1,700.
Yeah,
What's the max I think with him? 1,800. Obviously, after the live, you still get
Yeah.
views and stuff. But I remember also with Chumps, when Chumps went live, we had 4.5 thousand people watching live. I mean, Casey made out within 5 minutes of the show
yeah. So
of going live.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? He owes you something? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you
No,
trying
no,
to,
no.
you trying to, you trying to,
He owes me
trying to
nothing.
front on
Actually, I
Casey
owe
right
him
now?
everything.
Hey, Casey, this motherfucker wants something, bro. I'm just kidding.
Actually, he might come in later.
yeah,
Yeah, he usually tends to come in at the end.
I
for
saw
us.
him with his family. You know what I mean? I think he might be out this weekend.
I never stopped him from.
It never,
jumping
yeah, it
out.
never stops him.
So, I think to your point, it's like everyone can do a better job streaming. I think a lot of us, even the big guys, right, like the FOMO Hour and the Rug Radio, it's like I think they're all just kind of making it up as they go, and maybe they don't even try to push themselves to just say, hey, we've got these cameras, they're in the right position, and that's good enough. I mean, Rug Radio, like, would I love to be at that size? Yeah, of course. But their audio doesn't sound great all the time, so it's like,
well, let's talk about the elephant in the room then.
yeah.
I'm sure you already submitted your application, right?
Fuck yeah, we did. Of course we did.
We're gonna get there.
We'll
So-
get there.
All right, so the elephant's in the room. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
interesting, and I've got an interesting take on the whole thing because I think a lot of people are missing the point here. You know what I mean with this whole creators program? Like
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are looking at it as like, oh, they just want attention, whatever. But I think what from a macro perspective, right? If we really look at abstract and we look at kind of this creators program, and we look at streaming, right? Like my X timeline for the last 6 months, whether or not I engaged with this content or not, has been inundated by live stream like clip meta. I
Yeah.
get
Really?
little clips of Steak and fucking Twitch or Thread Guy, Frank, whoever the fuck it is. Before them, it was Aiden Ross and Kai Sanat and all these people.
Yeah.
And I never followed any of these people, but my timeline was inundated with it, right? And it was clips. It wasn't the full thing. And so to me, it's like a very obvious play that this is where content is kind of moving. And so abstract kind of saying, all right, let's grab up those content creators, right? Let's let them stream on our platform. And then every time they make a clip, every time they go and they do something, you're giving us a piece, So to me, I think it's a really good idea. And I like the fact that the team itself is so native to Web3. I think that's something that we haven't seen before. And that's why we're having the response that you're seeing right now,
Yeah.
Yeah, this,
But-
even Twitter is not a Web3 native company, right? So
No.
streaming
100%
video
no.
does not work well natively on Twitter.
Well,
have to-
it hasn't historically. But let's be honest, in the last 6 months,
Oh,
like,
it's been
we
insane.
have a new tab now, right? In
Yeah.
the last 2 weeks, we have a new tab where basically X is moving into Reels.
But even when you click that tab on your phone, it's like you can't search or anything. It's just feeding you something. So like it's got some work to do. Like,
A
this is-
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But
Yeah.
like, let's look at like the progression of all these other apps. It took fucking 20 years to do what
Yeah.
they did, and X is doing it in a matter of 2 years. So
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's funny. Just sorry, a quick aside. My wife and I are rewatching How I Met Your Mother, which a number of years old, and it's so good. You don't like it? Oh,
I worked for Neil Patrick Harris for a long time. So
Ooh, oh, this.
I think you told us this
new
last
show,
time, yeah.
New
Yeah.
show. Tell us
He
about
told us-
NPH.
He told us this.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I look. I actually told this to somebody today. Now that we're streaming again, I actually reached out to him like 2 weeks ago, and I was like,
Shut up.
yeah. No, we're very much still in contact. And I reached out to him in 2 weeks. I was like, I'm gonna pull that favor soon, right? And he's like, what do you
Yeah.
mean? I was like, You still got that fucking camera set up in your office?
So funny. You need him for your abstract stream. You're like,
Bro, I'm telling you. Look, I'm gonna pull it. I
That's so
guarantee
funny.
you.
Anyway, what I was gonna say is there's some mention on there about Facebook, and I think they call it like posting on someone's wall. And I turned to my wife, I'm like, remember when it was called like your wall, like your Facebook wall? Somebody
Your
would
wall,
post, like
yeah.
that's how far we've progressed. Like we're
I
way
know.
beyond like a wall.
Well, I also feel like the wall came from MySpace too.
I think so.
Like
Yeah,
the
I think so,
wall
too.
was like, I feel like a derivative kind of the MySpace.
Yeah. But yes, there's room to go, and it's you're never done. So I have a lot of thoughts on the abstract streaming as well. Do you think that streaming is going to be like you can only stream it on abstract? Like even for somebody to watch it back, they'd have to watch it on abstract?
I don't think so.
I mean, what does that even mean? How do you even watch something on abstract?
Well, maybe it's only
That even
available to
makes-
rewatch on a through a portal. They are talking about this creator portal. Not to say that I couldn't stream it off.
I mean, I feel like that would shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, that would-
I feel like right now what it is branded. I
Branded,
think it's
yeah.
gonna be branded content.
But it's
go ahead.
obviously the igloo company's behind it, right? So I think it's what was that?
I was gonna also say, like, have you looked into some of the partners? Like, there's a lot of partners
Oh, yeah.
right now that I feel like could, and I don't know because this is all speculation, but there's a lot of partners right now that could potentially lend themselves to be kind of like that reward system, right? Like, if you look at what Rug Radio has put out, and Farouk is kind of promoting with this Myriad Markets.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys have been on that, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've seen it.
that's a really interesting way to kind of like promote
Engagement.
opinions,
Sure.
right? And so I feel like through different kind of modulations such as that, we might see a different take of how abstract operates. But to your point earlier of like, can only people watch it through abstract? I don't necessarily know if that's
But what's the benefit to them then to stream quote unquote on
Well-
abstract? What
well,
does
like
that even mean?
like I said, I think it's branded. It's the same thing. Like you're streaming on Twitch. What's at the bottom left corner?
Right.
What's at the bottom left corner? A steak.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's a brand thing.
They're also talking about rewarding people for creating content about abstract. So that's, even if you are outside of their portal, you're going to be able to get
100%.
XP,
And-
which translates into something. I guess we'll find out what badges or something.
And to me, that's the most native thing about Web3, right? Like in Web2, we're not exactly like attuned to like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go fucking market this brand that
Right.
like I'm actually paying for free. But in Web3, we do that all the time.
Yeah, we
You
do.
know what I mean? And so
Like an
like
honor to
that's
do
why I feel like abstract is kind of thinking about that. Like, okay, how do we kind of tie into this Web3 behavior that is almost conditioned? Right?
Yes. I was watching this interview with Luca on YouTube talking specifically about abstract, and he was saying that most other blockchains, it's the applications that make the blockchain. It's the DApp that gives the blockchain reason to be used or popular.
Well, yeah.
But he wanted to build something that's the other way around. He wanted to build a blockchain that allows dApps to be created and to be used in this ecosystem altogether. So I think kind of reverse engineering that is what separates abstract.
Yeah.
And is going to make it even more useful and more creator and user friendly just on the back end, let alone what the consumer side is, which is really what it's being built for. Essentially, it's like it's there to support his products, his Pudgy World and his Pudgy card games. Everything else is just kind of a benefit on top of that, or a support.
Right, but at the same time, I think the way that it's been branded, it's been structured, and it's been marketed is it's not only it's a way for him to grow the Pudgy brand, right? But it's
Right.
a way for basically to tap into the resources in the network that the Pudgy and the Igloo communities have built. And then you have products that are now going to release on this basically app marketplace, right?
Yes,
Abstract is
exactly.
creating
That's
an
a great-
app marketplace, right?
Yeah.
And so essentially what you're doing is you're getting on the ground floor of this place where now you're going to be accessing all these different things. And I think that's something that is really interesting. Again, access, consumers, and all of that. It's something that really Web3 hasn't prioritized before. So yes, it's going to grow the Pudgy ecosystem, but I think in order to do that, Luca's very cognizant of that. He needs to figure out a way to empower and nurture other ecosystems to grow and build on his platform in order for it all to grow.
Yeah, let me share my screen. I'll bring up a couple of tweets or sites that I found were useful, relevant. So give me 1 second here. Let's share
What
our
do you
screen.
what do you want to get out of abstract, Mason?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I mean, I so right now I'm involved with one project that is releasing on Abstract. It's called Bearish. I'm not sure if you guys have looked into Bearish. Um,
Mhm.
Pretty hyped mint coming up on Abstract. The two founders, Toly and Scotty, kind of created Drip. If
Drip.
you
Yeah.
are familiar,
Yeah,
Drip
we
bot
had
and
them on the show.
Discord. Yeah,
Yep.
100%. And Scotty has touched just about every project in Web3. And so I've been involved with that project in regards to helping kind of brand direct and kind of cultivate how you take a community that has already existed as well as cultivate a new community, bring them together, and then release again on a new type of platform. And I've been very involved in that standpoint. So for me, Abstract has been an interesting exercise in trying to really educate people on like what an L2 is, right? Because it's like I feel like the majority of my community, the majority of people in my circle are very ETH minded, and
Yep.
a lot of what I've been doing, I think, outside of working with the team one on one, has been kind of talking to people outside and educating them what an L2 is, what Abstract is, what a abstract global wallet is, and kind of the whole idea behind it. So I think that's been a big part of that. What I'm looking to get out of Abstract is if they can really tap into this consumer chain. I'm really looking to kind of break into certain niches. Like I'm a comic nerd. You look behind me, like
Yeah.
these are all graphic novels and things that I fucking love and like have inspired me and like have kind of pushed me into creating the type of stories, the type of IP, and the type of content that I've been making for the last 2 years. And so, what I want to do is I want to tap in with the creators that have made this kind of stuff,
Yep.
which is very much not even Web 2. We're talking Web 1, right? We're talking like
Right.
the indie comic scenes. Sure, we
Yep.
can talk about a little bit of Web 2 and all of that. But I want to break that seal. I want to start breaking into
Branch
that. I
out.
want to
Yeah.
bring in some of those people, start having interviews, start having conversations with those people, start figuring out how they scaled, how they built, how they nurtured their IP, and what were some of the struggles and challenges they went through. And then I want to flip it. I want to flip it on them and then talk about some of the things that we're doing in Web3 and
Yeah.
how we're leveraging community, how we're leveraging IP, and how we see the future of trying to bring out stories and all these different things. So for me, I'm looking to try to kind of carve my niche on Abstract. I feel like a lot of people on Abstract are, the normal KOLs. They want to talk about mints. They want to talk about NFTs. They want to talk about
Yeah.
crypto, whatever. For me, I really want to get into story. I want to get into fiction. I want to get some of the people that, fuck.
You want
like,
diversity.
yeah, no, well, not even that. Like, I want to get people that like we talked about Neil Patrick Harris. Like, I'll have him on here. He just released his he has two
Yeah.
board games out. I don't know if you guys know this. He's got two board
No.
games out. He's got one called Box One, and he just released Box Two like fucking a week ago, right? And it's this whole IP that he created, and it's a board game. And so I'd love to have him on a stream and talk about like his product and his process and what went
Yeah.
into that, and like all of that. To me, that is what really makes me tick. And that's why I'm excited to kind of really put my hand in the pot and say, look, give me a chance, Abstract, because I think I can bring something pretty fucking cool.
I must own this game now. I don't even know what
Take
it
it.
is. Box 1, Box 2.
You just looked it
Yeah,
up.
It's on
there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, let me back up just a second because I want to touch on all the things you said, but I want to give some context, especially to somebody who's watching or listening. So Abstract is an Ethereum layer 2 built specifically for consumer adoption. So this is a tweet from Rivi, and we'll share the link in the show notes. But talking about some of the key features of what makes Abstract different: lightning fast transactions, ultra low fees, built-in security from Ethereum, seamless user experience, and like you talked about, Mason, the global wallet, the AGW, the Abstract Global Wallet. So that wallet, let's give a little more context. So it's a login. So basically, it's a smart contract wallet that you can create with your email. So you don't have to set up a wallet the same way maybe we have traditionally with MetaMask and seed phrases and all that shit.
Well, you could do that with OpenSea now with email. Just creates a wallet for you.
But that's through
OpenSea.
OpenSea.
Yeah.
This is going to be your own. This will be yours on the Abstract chain, not through another service provider. So I think that ability, it doesn't need extensions. It doesn't need another company supporting it, like another front of it. Like you'll just have this wallet there. And it talks about some of the other things here. Lost key recovery built in. I think this addresses a lot of the friction that we have with onboarding Web 2 people into Web 3. If we can really make this seamless and someone not know that they're going through the same process that, maybe we would have once upon a time with some of these other marketplaces and things like that. So I think the wallet is a big deal. Any other thoughts, Mason, on the wallet, or if you've seen anything behind the scenes about what this is going to look like?
I think the main thing for me right now with the wallet is kind of the access to the App Store. I mean, I think it goes beyond. I think right now, like because it's so Web3 native, right? Like I think a lot of people are expecting like, oh, the NFT like red carpet. And I think they are going to do that. Like, don't get me wrong. But I think if you look at the abstract, like big graphic, right, that they've put out with all the different projects and businesses that are coming out, right?
Yeah.
The NFT section is really small. And then you have all these other sections like infrastructure, trading, gaming. And to me, I think that's what's really interesting about this is when you look at the other L2s, when you look at Base, when you look at Blast, when you look at some of these other ones that have come out, yeah, exactly. This graphic here, this seems like,
that's insane.
Right.
So they call it digital collections, right? On the right where it says NFT infrastructure, these are just the marketplaces that'll allow you to access them. But it's a lot of the big boy names that we're familiar with, right? Magic Eden, Rarible, all that jazz. But yeah, you're talking up here. There's only NFTs. Many NFTs.
Mm-hmm. Well, and even that, like, look, you've got Nifty Island up there. That's not even an NFT. Like, that's a game that should be in gaming. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, like, even this is like not even there. But like, you start to look at all of this, and there's like, dude, Abstract's not even launched yet. Right.
Exactly. Right.
Then again, we have to remind people, Abstract used to be Frame.io, and a lot of people were actually building for Frame.io. A lot of people looked at what Frame.io was doing and was like, this is it. And then obviously that narrative changed, but Abstract came in and took that, took those ideas, and basically took that Web3 native kind of like perspective and just enhanced a lot of it. And so it's no surprise to me to see this many projects, this much infrastructure, trading, gaming, launch pads. Like, to me, it kind of makes sense, especially when you look at the history of Frame.io into Abstract.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, also is the name behind Abstract too. Like, obviously Pudgy has been like, in the last few months has been the leading NFT ever. You know what I mean? Like, you've seen how they flip Bored Ape.
I mean, in that interview I was watching with Luca, he even said, he's like, we figured out NFTs. He's like, we changed the way that they work. We figured 100%.
It out. But like, it's not so much about the exposure so much, right? Because like Bored Ape had that and they launched Ape Chain and they didn't do this, right?
No,
they had every opportunity to do this.
It took them a while.
Right. So like, it's more about just the experience, the ability to look at it, the ability to kind of like reflect and then start to kind of put together a plan. And I feel like the plan for this is pretty incredible. Obviously, there's a lot of hype behind it. And with a lot of hype comes a lot of danger, especially in a space like Web3 that's like the wild, wild west. There's going to be a lot of people that are trying to extract liquidity. But to me, I think Luca and everything that I've listened to from Luca and the Abstract team, they've done such a bang up job of quality testing and really like meeting with founders and project leaders and builders to ensure that the people that they're putting on lists like this are the real deal.
Yeah. But I also think that he focuses mostly on and obviously bringing people into Web3 more than anything. I mean, I think he's done that beautifully with toys. I've spoken about it several times in several podcasts that how genius that was, just to bring kids into toys and then have them on board into Web3 with the parents, right? And how flawlessly and easy that was to do. Just genius, right? And I think that he's doing the same with this. I think that he's just bridging the gap. He's building bridges everywhere, and he's just connecting all the dots together beautifully too at the same time.
If Luca told you to like lick his elbow, would you?
He would
Probably,
lick
yeah.
anything on him.
Yeah, I would.
This guy renamed his dog. He has a dog.
No, I did not
Miguel has a
rename my
dog. He
dog.
renamed his dog Luca.
No, I
You
didn't.
did not name your dog.
No, I didn't. Don't listen to Kevin. It's not true. You know what it is, though? I've been in this space for so long, dude, that it's good to see someone that gets it. It's very hard to find someone that gets it. And when someone gets it and does it right at the scale that he did, it's really different. Because Bored Ape, like you said, had that opportunity, and I feel like they flubbed it. They fumbled, right? They could have done so much, and they fumbled, being so big as they were.
Right.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's different. Look, it's different, right?
Yeah.
It's a completely different scenario, I think. But yes, like, look, I will always be the person that will say, if you want to succeed in Web3, you got to prioritize community. And I think
Correct.
that is why Pudgy and Luca and Igloo and everything associated with them is doing what they are doing, is they have taken some sort of core moral standpoint that community comes first. Community comes in a state where we need to empower it, we need to embrace it, we need to treasure it, and we need to make our community feel heard and seen. And I feel like that is something that a lot of founders, a lot of projects can learn from, because ultimately, like, you do that in Web3, right? Like, I was talking about this earlier today, but as a founder or as a project, right? Like, when you mint out, as soon as you mint, you have kind of this short time period where you're going to start to see people that are like super fucking like into something, like they just love it, right? And all they really want is to be heard or seen and just recognized for how much they fucking love this thing, right?
Yeah, they want a voice.
Right.
They just
Funny,
want
I
to
just did
see.
I just
And
did a
if
post
you
about that
find
today.
those people and you activate them and you give them a platform, whether it's like, okay, I want, you're a great tweeter or you're a great live streamer or whatever, you give them a platform you start to support, you're going to start to see like that kickstart, like a whole new drive. And to me, there are countless individuals that are part of the Pudgy Penguins community that fit that kind of representation, that have been activated in that way, where like they'll fucking die. They'll die for it, and they'll fucking go and represent it.
You know what I mean? It's in a sense, it's our core thing, right? Because we obviously have our NFT projects. We have 4 NFT projects that some people don't even know about. But our bread and butter is obviously this stream, and it's not like we're making money out of it. I just enjoy it. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy bringing people and having these conversations and showing the world what these people have. I mean, coming from an art background, for me, again, it's like, I just want to show people artists, like, this is their creations. This is what they do. And to me, that's important.
Can I talk shit for a second?
Go ahead.
I don't mean to talk shit about Yuga Labs, because that's really not what it is. But Mason, just we've been talking a lot about storytelling as sort of like the backbone of Rebel Ants.
Oh yeah,
And,
get me started, please.
Yeah, storytelling is a big part of this stream, right? We're telling stories about things happening in Web3, but also we get to talk to humans and find out what their story is, right? And Rebel Ants Battle for the Colony, our project, is about storytelling. There's going to be a story each battle of who the winner is and, how the battle went down. And I was recently, I don't know how, but I stumbled onto the Yuga website. And when you're on this website, it's like storytelling. And I'm like, I don't know. That doesn't feel like what they are
doing
to me as an outsider who's not a Yuga holder. Like, I don't own a Bored Ape. I don't own a Mutant Ape. I don't own an Other Side. But like, I know you do, and I do. And like, I don't hear anyone talking about the storytelling behind those things that that speak out positively on behalf of Yuga. So it's like, is that just like the catchy phrase storytelling, or is like, am I missing what Yuga is doing? Shade that I want us to be storytellers in Web3. Like, but when I saw that on here, I felt kind of like dirty. I'm like, ugh, they're saying that too.
Wait, keep
Shout out to
going.
Yuga.
Keep scrolling though. I want to see more.
I like at the
Shout
end.
out to
Shout out
Gordon.
Yuga.
Love to have you.
Yo, shout out to Garga. Garga
Storytelling
follows me,
experiences
bro.
and community.
Yeah, there you go. I like it. I mean, I like it. I
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
simplicity.
he's cool.
You know what? Look. I can't talk shit. Go to genuineundead.com. You know, I can't talk shit because like
Uh-oh.
we're kind of in the same thing. I mean, granted, we're a little bit more community centric.
Are you storytelling too? Are you storytelling?
I'm just saying. Look at our site. Like we're very similar. You know, we're a very.
I think yours actually does have a
No,
little
but
bit
yours-
more
yeah.
of a story in it because I've read through a lot of this before when we had you.
Yeah,
On
this
the
is a
first
lot
time.
different.
I think it is different.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
Yeah, to me, it speaks differently.
I'll give you that.
Go to our website.
go to our
No,
website.
I'm
Okay,
kidding.
yeah.
Yeah, let's battle for the fucking colony, huh?
Battle for the fucking colony. So look, Rebel Ants media company built on transparency, education, and supporting the little guys. We use storytelling to bring light to Web3 creators, artists, and projects.
But
I
we
feel
do
like
that.
we actually
But
do.
we
right,
actually
yeah.
do it.
I feel like we actually
Every
do
week.
that. So I don't feel bad about that. I don't feel like that's just a cliche. Anyway, battle's coming Q2 2025.
Are you doing a thing of our new website?
No, I'm just telling you, you better be ready by Q2.
I've been ready. What?
Anyway, I can't wait to try this.
I'm
Neil Patrick
arguing with you
Harris.
every day. Is the website ready? Is this
I
ready?
know.
Is that ready?
Yeah. So Mason, just so you know, we have a lot happening in the Rebel Ants world. And just in the last 48 hours, we had 800 ants minted.
About, yeah.
800 ants minted.
800 ants. What the fuck? How many ants are
We
there?
caught a little bit of fire, and our Discord is blowing up, and
Yeah.
we
Wait,
have
how many
ETH in our
ants are
wallet,
there? How many ants are there?
5,555
Jesus Christ, 800 ants were minted today?
in the last 48 hours. Yeah,
Holy shit.
we have a lot of new members, so we appreciate.
How many
their
more
support.
ants are left?
There's still a lot left.
There's still a lot
We're
left.
up to like 2,000. So 2,000 minted. So 3,000 left. Go get them. 0.0025. Head over to Battle for the
They have some
Colony.com.
airdrops to do too.
Wait, on ETH or what? What's
It's on
the
ETH,
change?
No,
yes.
it's on ETH.
For better or worse.
For better.
No.
I mean, if we're going to have this discussion again about why we went with ETH, we can.
Yes. ETH is Old Faithful. A little slow, a little heavy, but it's there. It's
Look at
unlike,
this.
unlike Solana, which kind of
Look at
dumps
our
out every now
messages.
and then. What messages?
Minted 13 yesterday. What a fucking legend. That guy, whoever that guy is, give that guy a raise.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that's the Ranger. Oh, look, I had that up here.
So
I had that
Pap,
tweet here.
yeah, so he won. So I have bounties out there. So he won this bounty yesterday. It was
What does that
$500.
mean? Can you explain a bounty?
So basically, I have bounties out there. So
Can
as
you
you're
take
minting,
the comment down. It's blocking. It's blocking.
Oh, I'm
Mason's
sorry.
face. God, what kind of
You're
producer?
blocking my face, bro. This whole
Christ.
stream is based off my
Anyway,
face, bro.
there's a couple of really rare combination of traits. Ones you could say, but there are some that have like part of this Ranger suit. So there's a Red Ranger and a Blue Ranger.
Okay,
Miguel
so
says they're
kind
not
of based
Power
off Power
Rangers,
Rangers. A
they're
little
not
bit.
Power Rangers,
but they
bro.
are totally Power Rangers. Total
Okay.
IP violation.
They're
copyright
all right.
violation,
Yeah.
of course.
They're Energy Rangers.
Yeah. They're NFT Rangers.
They're Rangers, period.
Ninja Rangers.
got it.
Anyway, so there's only one of these with the blue helmet and the blue suit, and there's a red one also. And so the bounty for these was 500. Whoever minted this one or the other one, they'll each get $500 in ETH. So the guy that just
If they minted it, like they had to mint until
Correct.
they got it, and if they
Yeah.
got it, they got it back.
correct.
Yep.
So that guy got it. He hit it yesterday or 2 days ago, and Miguel is a man of his word. And this tweet, I wanted to make sure we gave shout out to Pabolduck1. He got his $500 in ETH as a result of minting this. So there's still some bounties out there. Mason, I think you should probably just go mint the next 3,000, so you
I'll go
so you
mint
know
one.
you get them.
I'll definitely go mint one.
You know what? Casey's trying to get the moon ant.
I
He's
know.
been trying hard.
Yeah, the big guy left is the Moon Ant. So I'll give you just a preview of who he is. It's this one here. This one's how much? $1,000.
I'm giving $1,000. Yeah.
$1,000 if you mint this one.
It's what I do. I just like giving away money, bro.
Yeah,
Love it.
How about this? Give me the $1,000. You mint that one. Call it a day. Just call it a day.
Deal. Just take a screenshot of it. It's yours.
Yeah, done. Anyway,
Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, we've been
Well,
getting a lot of new.
let me ask you this, because we've talked a little bit. We talked a little bit about both. Like, do you see a future for yourself on Abstract? Like, do you see Rebel Ants like somehow interacting with Abstract and what they've got going on?
So I'll answer before Miguel does. I know that
Miguel,
we
are
are.
you sure you don't want to answer? Do you want?
I am
I
going to
feel like I
answer
need to
first.
stand up for you right
I
now.
have
I
a lot
feel
of
like
thoughts
this
on
is
this
a civil duty of mine to make sure that you have fair, equal
He
rights.
has
Miguel, the floor is yours.
no. Go
I'm
ahead.
going to just remove myself from the scene.
He has a
Miguel.
lot. Listen, he's been.
No, come back! No, Kevin, come back!
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. There aren't that many content creators in general for Web3. There are a lot, but it's not like an infinite number. And when I saw that Abstract made a post that said they had 7,000 people apply already as creators, I'm like, well, there's not 7,000 streamers now. I saw some people even say they've been meaning to start
Did you see how
streaming.
many people got accepted that haven't ever done a stream?
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
I
So it's
literally
like,
saw
what is
so many
that?
tweets. They were like, I've never done a stream, but maybe I'll think about it now.
Right. So I'm like, okay, we have a bit of a head start. Maybe we have some audio issues, when we go live, but we have a bit of a head start. And yeah, there's no reason that couldn't be our home base. Like, there's no reason Abstract couldn't be the home base for Rebel Ants. We're happy to
just
move.
want to run a gatekeep thing, and they just decide, you know what, we don't like ants, or we don't like Mason, or what,
we have to kick you off the show.
Kevin's beer mug is just too.
Let me give you
big.
the honest answer.
Kevin's beer mug too big. He needs a smaller beer mug, unless he wants to come out.
You don't support beer on stream. Sorry, guys.
Let me give you the honest answer. The honest answer is they have to align with our beliefs of just being genuine. That's it.
Genuinely undead.
I mean, I'm with that. I think all of us will be accepted. I think it would be a very it would be a huge miss. It would be a huge miss for Abstract not to look at some of the smaller creators, some of the people that are doing this constantly, consistently, every single day, every single week, every single whatever it is, for the communities that are diehard. If you're only gonna, acknowledge the big players, then quite honestly, you're gonna die quicker than you ever started.
Yeah, and to your point, we have been consistent. So to the guy who's never done it before but thinks he's going to start, he will fade out pretty fast. 90% of them will fade out pretty fast. As they call that pod fade once upon a time.
This is what it's like 2 years and a half now.
More than 2 years. Yeah, we've been doing this more than 2 years. And we're not stopping. And even when we had 7 people watch the stream every week,
we kept going.
And if we only had 7 people watching, we would just keep going. But we have 200. So shout out to all 200 of you. What up, people? Thank you. Go Mint and Ants. This is financial advice. But yeah, we do this because we care about it. We do it because we care about it, not because we're trying to get rich off of streaming. But we do want to be a part of the community that we
I don't think we
play
ever
around
did
with.
this in mind of making money when me and you started this at all.
No, my whole plan was to spend all your money. That's been my goal
Yes,
since
I
day
know.
one.
That's everybody's goal.
I like the honesty.
But yeah, we didn't do this like based on making money at all. It was more like I'm tired of. It was more like me looking at Kevin and being like, dude, like I'm tired of being rugged. I just want to put artists out there. I want to make sure that people know them and who they are, and let's just do this podcast. And that was like the whole conversation.
Well, let's look. How long have you known each other prior to that? Like, because you're both in New Jersey, you're both fondling each other. Like, what's the deal? You went to pizza places together. You guys worked in a sandwich shop together. Like, what's the backstory?
His circle of friends and family included my now wife. So when I met my wife and I started meeting her friends and family, Miguel is in that circle. So we've known each other now. We've been friends for more than 12 years.
More, yeah.
All right, so close your ears, Miguel. Before,
is this like the dating game? What's my favorite color?
No. Before you know who met his wife, what was she like? You know what I mean?
You
no
bite
comments.
your tongue.
No comments.
No, I'm just playing.
No comments.
I'm just playing. That's actually super cool. I think it's really cool. It's interesting too, because I was having this conversation last night with one of the teams that I'm working with, that, believe it or not, has like come into contact with people that I've been in fraternities with. I've been like literally like I don't know. Web3 is just weird, man. You just connect with people you never thought you'd connect with,
Definitely.
and it's a very small world. And yeah, man.
And you just love it.
I'm only 1 degree away from Neil Patrick Harris. How cool is that?
Exactly. Literally, you're one text message away.
Can you tell me I say hi?
You're one. Look, I do I have it in here?
Can I get a signed copy of the bro
Do I
code?
have it in here? I don't have it in here. I have one of the plants that I took from his house.
So Mason, one thing is funny that when Kevin and I first started talking about this stuff, it was because nobody else knew anything about crypto in our circle of parties, like during Christmas or like Thanksgiving or anything like that.
We'd go up to the corner and talk
So we
about
go
XRP.
up to we would go we'd go to a corner and be like,
Coinbases, brother.
What's going on with Bitcoin? Do you own any?
Yeah, right.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, hold on. Let me get back.
I had to take a
topic
sip of my comment.
Back to the topic
getting
at
warm.
hand. So this was the post about Abstract Live, their native streaming platform committed to rewarding creators. So I had this. So something you said.
So hold on,
yeah.
before you go into this. So
I have a whole speech prepared.
I know you do. I know you've been working on this for like 48 hours.
Let me check
right?
my
I just want to prep you guys before you go on this. It may not do us justice to FUD Abstract right now.
No, I'm not.
Accept it.
No, he's not.
We're gonna cut all this in post.
What I was gonna say was that this kind of reminds me of the guy we met at NFT NYC with that similar YouTube channel.
Yes.
Where creators get rewarded right away.
Sup dope.
Yeah. Was that the name of the thing?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
So there was this guy that we met at NFT NYC last year. He created like this sort of YouTube channel where you can upload your streams but you get paid automatically by whoever's watching it. Or how does it work exactly? I don't remember.
I have to find the thing.
Like you don't wait to have like 1 million subscribers or anything like that. You get paid per people watching.
As somebody watches, you get paid through Polygon.
Through Polygon, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I thought it was a great idea. I still think it's a great idea.
I just want to talk shit.
Super dope.
And I want to tell people stories. I think that's my biggest thing about streaming is I want to help people tell their stories. I feel like the majority of people don't know how to communicate as well as they think they do. I think a lot of people are.
That is very true.
I think a lot of people don't get asked the right questions a lot. And so for me, that's like my main thing is like I want to stand out. I want to find people like I don't want to fucking interview just like the regular round of NFT founders and all that. I want to break into some of these different niches that aren't necessarily Web3 whatsoever, but people would have an interest in listening to. And I want to bring them in and I want to ask questions that, hopefully will be an interesting content.
Yeah, I mean, I also think that some streamers are afraid to ask certain questions.
Well, a lot of streamers just want a fucking whitelist too, right?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, they're doing it for selfish reasons.
I will say, look, I gotta. I'm gonna be as positive as possible. There's a part of like the streaming culture that, especially in the NFT streaming culture, that personality, right? I really kind of get a little. I don't know. I just get cringe when like some of these KOLs are interviewing some of these projects or whatever, and they've made such a big hoopla about like, oh, we're going live with this project on this day, and you better be there for this space. And then they go into that space and they know nothing. You know what I mean? They know absolutely nothing. And don't get me wrong, like as an interviewer, as a journalist, you need to ask the right questions. You don't want to be a know-it-all, right? You don't want to approach them and say, well, I know this, you tell me, you obviously want to approach it from a place of trying to discover. But I have to say, there's just been, because there's so many projects out there. There's so many people trying to fight for attention. I think the thing that bothers me so much about it is like a lot of the trusted voices, right? Really don't do any time to like do any research about whether it's the art style or whatever and whatever. And then you get into the interview and it's just like, what the fuck am I listening to? What the fuck am I listening to, bro? The fuck? Like, I get it. I get that like you have 40,000 followers, and I get that this project wants your following to buy their shit. But you're the worst person to be asking these questions. No. You don't have to throw shade on specific people. Yeah, just use Mason. Just fill in Mason with what you were going to put in. No. Throw in Mason, bro. Talk shit. Talk your shit, bro. Yeah, talk your shit. Mason is your scapegoat. Just throw Mason into the ad libs. Come on, bro. Throw it in. Throw it in. Lost sound again. Uh-oh. I can hear you guys. Well, you got a comment, but I can hear you guys, so.
Okay, hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
I think it might be a little bullshit.
I think we can still be
I think Pablo might
Yeah,
be pulling your
I think it
leg.
might just be.
Anyway, all right, if you're not going to give us the tea, what else we got? What else we got, brothers?
Go ahead. Say your
Oh.
spiel about.
Well, no. Just back to the discussion we were having about abstract before, which was that trying to this idea of like attention farming, and is it going to be worth it to be on abstract? And it's attention farming, but also the actual farming. And I feel like a lot of the previous rounds of farming and the previous metas of farming that we've done were very platform specific. Whether it was, I think back to like Pac Moon, right? Remember Pac Moon? That was like
For sure.
so fucking annoying.
Blast. Yeah, that was Blast.
Yes. But those were platform specific. Whether it was Pac Moon, whether it was Friend Tech, whether it's this engagement farming, it was all platform specific. And I think abstract, even though it feels like they're doing that too, they're trying to get people onto their platform. I think there's so many more roads and routes for people that we haven't seen that for a chain before. We haven't seen engagement farming for an actual chain before. We've seen it for a specific platform. If it's going to be for a chain and they're rewarding people for using abstract and they're being rewarded somehow for whatever way they're using abstract or talking about abstract, I feel like that is probably more sustainable, because if it's people creating NFT projects, if it's people live streaming, if it's people gaming, if it's people doing the prediction markets, all, wherever your attention is, whatever your preference is, there's going to be a home for you. I was not a Friend Tech guy, so didn't matter to me. Cato is, the hot shit right now. Everyone's talking about your yaps on Cato. I'm not an influencer, so yapping isn't going to do. So it's like, all right, well, I'm out of that. I'm not going to get rewarded with
today.
that.
Somebody just jumped in.
Bro, I tried today. I got up early this morning. I couldn't sleep. And I was like, all right.
All right, hold on. We have another official visitor today. Let's see if we get him on frame. And very sympathetic to our audio that we've been having here.
He loves our issues.
That we thought we'd had a result.
Loves it.
God damn.
That's a base. What's up,
Casey gets
everybody?
audio
What's
issues
going on?
shitty Wi-Fi.
I do.
Your wife sucks, Case.
You suck.
Casey,
You look like Howie Mandel right now.
you suck. Your audio sucks.
But this is like the best Wi-Fi my country has to offer.
Casey, might be true. Have you ever?
I'll be back. I'll go back to a different thing.
Actually, I mean, he's coming in quite clear for me.
Let's just drop it off for a second there.
His video was nice and clear.
The video was good. The video was good. Yeah. So anyway, so that's what I wanted to say about abstract. If there be farming on a chain level, I think that's much more sustainable than farming for a specific platform where it's like a specific coin for Pac-Moon or something like that, or, Katos or Yaps, whatever it is. I can't get into all of those things, and some of those will never be for me, but I'll find a home on Abstract. And maybe that home is the live streaming versus the NFT holder versus the gaming,
You're
whatever
bored.
it is.
What's your point?
My point is that all the other engagement farming. Yeah.
I tried the Kato thing today. Like, I got up early this morning. I couldn't fucking sleep, and I was
did
like,
you?
Yeah. I was like, all right, let me fucking make a fucking tweet that is gonna get Kato's attention, right? Because you got to talk about one of these fucking things, right? So I got up this morning. I did a fucking bunch of literally, like, this is how fucking shitty Web3 is, bro. I got up. I did a bunch of research because I don't give a shit, if I'm being honest. I did a bunch of research on Barachain because that was number 2. That was number 2 on like the topics, right? So I did a bunch of research on Barachain, and I knew a little bit of shit, but I was like, I'm gonna do a thread. I'm gonna do a thread on Barachain. I'm gonna talk about why the fuck people are talking about this. I did a fucking like 8-piece thread. I thought it was pretty fucking good. I got no likes. I got nothing. I got no fucking yaps. So yeah, that's how I feel.
I was gonna try it, and I was like, I just don't want to waste my time on this. I have way too much shit going on.
They're calling themselves like a crypto search engine, and I think there is some value to that if that's the thing that you're into, is like, getting ahead of getting a coin early enough.
The problem is if it's going to continue to be based off of algorithm and reach, you're always going to be benefiting those top people first.
Right. It's always going to be them in rotation. It'll never be Miguel's shitty.
You'll never be able to kind of get into that space.
You're hating.
Yeah, it's more of the same circle jerk at the top.
By the way, are you wearing a Doge sweater?
No, this is a bear. Do you know what bears look like?
Yeah. Okay.
Yo, bring Casey back. I want Howie Mandel
He'll come back.
He dipped out a sec.
He probably went to his dungeon.
Yeah,
he's
probably trying to get on
He's got the good
computer.
Wi-Fi.
Oh, here he is.
There you go. See?
There he is. Why does it do that? Oh, actually, hold on.
I heard you guys were talking shit,
Yeah, hold on.
We're talking a lot of shit, actually.
motherfuckers.
Just trying to give you a good position.
I swear to God, if I wasn't like 10,000 miles away from you in a tropical country, I would get on a plane and go to where your houses are, and I would have a beer with all of you, and we would just have fun. I swear that would happen.
I don't doubt it.
There you go.
I don't doubt that.
Jesus, you okay?
We could play the Neil Patrick Harris board game.
Fucking Viking.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah, you see that?
Right, I've been sick. I haven't drank in like a month. I got to catch up.
Casey, that was filled to the top when we started.
No, it was not.
It was like
filled to the
spilling
top.
out over as he picked it up.
It was
like,
filled to the top when we started.
Okay, maybe it was.
It was for
Look,
sure.
guys, I have one of those before I have breakfast. Like, that's pussy shit. Get into it, Miguel. Go.
chug. So, Casey, we were talking Abstract. Any thoughts on Abstract? You got big plans for us?
Did you get
Yeah,
accepted? Casey, did you get accepted yet? Did you get that email yet?
I just applied the other day. I pulled out like all my guns on it. I put all of the best live streams from these people right here in the room. The one that hit 4,000. I even put screenshots of the one with like the Jira-san and Sean and like, hey, I'm connected, bitches. I haven't got the email yet, but
Yeah.
did you get one?
I didn't either. But hey, we're here. It's funny because
Here we're doing it. We're gonna keep.
We were
doing
just
it.
talking about it. There's been a bunch of people accepted that, like, their first tweet after being accepted was like, "I've never done a live stream, but I can't wait to start."
No. So it's like, is live stream like that's the same as a space, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Oh, that's
What is that? What
That's
is a
not-
live stream?
very great.
It's when everything goes wrong.
It'll just take time. Yeah, it'll happen. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Like everyone is. Luca and the Pudgy Penguins are the Michael Jordan right now of Web3. So, we let them do, and they do, right? So yeah, we also like we just have a vested interest in the success of Abstract because a lot of our ecosystem is laying out products there. Obviously, the Jirasan group is and Gambler is the biggest one for us because Gambler is tied to the Saints. So we're really hoping fucking shit is like a rocket ship over there. But if anyone can
Yeah.
do it, it's Luca.
So on that topic though, because we were actually talking about that earlier, like that whole fucking like map of kind of like the abstract ecosystem where you have like NFTs, you have gaming, you have infrastructure, you have trading, you have all these kind of different apps, right? And like abstract is essentially with this global wallet releasing like the fucking NFT app, not even the NFT, like the Web3 app store, right? And to your point, it's got a bunch of these Jirasan products, including Swiper, FlashX, RampX, all these different things that are basically going to be coming out. Do you kind of see this kind of being the next marketplace for us Web3 builders? Like, are we going to have to start building apps for Abstract in order to kind of keep up here? Not only, whether we're an NFT project, but obviously we're seeing products doing it, but are NFT projects going to have to do that to keep up?
I think that we're at a time where being a chain agnostic person is going to be the meta. I think like a lot of the Jirasen stuff, they are whatever chain, right? It's a product that can be built on whatever, and it's not really for me. It's not necessarily the chain that it's on, but it's like what it is and how can people use it wherever you're at. So let's say like a Swiper, who cares what chain it's on? To me,
Right.
like it doesn't it's in your hand and you flip it. And there's other plans for Swiper that actually you don't even know it's, I don't want to say too much, but you don't even know if it's on a chain. It's like it's in a Web2 app and you don't even know it's Web3. But I do think that in terms of our world in Web3 that Abstract is going to be see ya. Abstract is going to be the new monster on the block, right? And if you want to be seen and if you want to run with like the big guys, then you're what the fuck? You're gonna want
Thinking real fast.
You all right?
I think you got him a little excited.
Mason, you all
Casey.
right?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing over there. A little squeaky. Squeaks McGee over there.
Yeah, so it's going to be I think there's going to be a way that we can kind of cross paths and not have to move everything over there like when we jumped into Ape Chain, like we still have we're still in ETH and I think that there are products in Abstract that we will be using and we'll be represented. So like let's say the streaming and stuff. I don't plan on building an NFT project on Abstract. I don't plan on it, but sometimes things happen. The Abstract Avengers coming soon. The Abstract assholes. They're just a bunch of weird looking assholes, but they're great looking because they're abstract.
Ants on Abstract, no big deal.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I'm here. I don't know why my camera went off, but give me a second. But I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah. So I mean, there's going to be a lot of, I guess, people that want to jump into Abstract because it is, it's a way for people to get on, the Luca train. And you can't blame them. You can't blame them. It is if you can actually take a piece of that and do that, then go for it. But like, I don't think that people need to fully pull up shop and jump over there because we also don't know how it's going to go. But like, yeah, I would love to participate in a lot of Abstract things because I don't think that hurts us in any way. And I don't think that chains should be like possessive about their people, even though there is, that the politics that go into it. But I'm posting about Abstract if we can get somehow a piece of anything happening over there. Goddamn, yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna jump in to do that stuff. Like that's as a founder, the core thing that I want to provide is some type of value for the holders. And if I can do something that goes back to the holders or it elevates our products, then yeah, I'm gonna do it.
It's not only that; it's the cross pollination too, because there's communities there that we don't know, right? So just getting involved will get those communities involved with us, and cross pollination will exist. So I think it's a better thing. Huh?
You've seen it. You've seen it. I've seen it with like,
Yeah, yeah.
because Jirasan has been like really strong, and they have really good ties with the Pudgies. You see a lot of Pudgies entering the Jirasan Discord and in their
Hmm.
chat rooms and stuff like that, that have no clue, that have never heard of the Jirasan group. And like, to be, and for me who's been in it, and you guys know about it, like Jirasan is built to be, and again, no disrespect, they've built more. I think they've done more than the
Yep.
Pudgies. Again, like, but because there's, I guess, a different meta, because the Pudgies are this mainstream household name. They got out there. They got products for the whole family. It's a
Right.
different thing.
Yep.
And
They
I
stepped outside
probably admitted,
Web3.
yeah, yeah. I bet you that even some of the Pudgies and even maybe Luca would be like, agree with that statement that,
Yeah.
the Jirasan team has got like what, 7 working products. They've got all kinds of
Hmm.
things because they're like the builders. Like they're they're good at math. They're the nerd. They're the
They're wicked
nerd
smart.
Asians.
It's not.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that happen to his point. Like yesterday, it's a perfect example of us in the Discord. Like we were getting people from Ape Chain minting ants.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was cool to see because everybody was just happy. Just-
Yeah.
They're like, "What is this? Oh, this is cool. Oh, let's join. Oh, let's mint. Let's, you know what I mean?"
Yeah,
Like,
they were into it.
yeah, they were really into it, like the conversations, and I think that's what really it's all about. It's just, and I think I did a post today about it that I think everybody should just be working together instead of pushing each other down and, pulling each other apart. It just doesn't work that way.
I mean, yeah, it happens usually when you're trying to get to a certain level. I think we're all there. Even so, it's like even Jirasan, like they're a monster group, but like they haven't hit that household name, and so they're very friendly to everybody, and as they should be. And I don't think that that's going to ever change for them because they also are a product based thing, so they need a lot of people to use their products. And so if they were being snooty to any other group, then it's not very smart. But I think once you get to this, super high levels, then I think that sometimes, like, I don't know, maybe it's like you change.
She's muted.
Mason, you all right?
Damn it, Mason.
You all right in there? You're just banging shit, aren't you? Okay, he muted. That's how you just like pissed off, like, fucking camera, some shit.
My bad.
Hey,
I was changing batteries, bro. These batteries are killing me tonight.
It's so funny though. You're just like, I just like, it turned black and it like someone's just causing ruckus in your room.
It'd be funny if he was
You
like,
hear me?
back,
Just
like,
I'm
broke
just
in,
fighting.
and just
I'm
let-
just fighting
let
my
him.
wife. I'm just beating her for fucking fucking up the whole technical thing.
Tell her to keep her hands off your camera.
Oh man.
That's funny.
So what are your guys' overview on, like, it's, I feel it's pretty much like the same. Everyone's just like pretty excited about it, about Abstract.
I think the live streaming is the thing we do most frequently. And despite our technical issues, it's probably the thing we do best, especially when you see how many other Web3 people don't stream on a regular basis or consistently. So I think it'd be a natural fit for us to get in on the live streaming platform, and hopefully we can stand out there, right? It's so early there that if we can get in and stay consistent, then maybe we're the ones that stick around and everyone else fades out. I think Mason moved. I think he was in a different house when he was last on with us. Now
He went
new
black.
house.
Where'd he go
Yeah.
now? He was just there. Disappeared again.
He's got like a different software that he's running. Like,
Yo,
he went
just
black,
can you just
changed it.
keep the conversation going and let me deal with my fucking battery? Like, why do you guys got to deal with? Like, just fucking talk, all right?
This is why people love this. This is really authentic.
Exactly.
This is authentic shit. This is
Yeah,
what people
the
want.
beginning of this stream, we couldn't hear fucking Kevin or we
I
couldn't
fucked up
hear
again.
anyone.
Yeah,
We
you
couldn't
did.
hear anyone.
Fucked
It
up
was just silent.
Fucked up again.
You should have seen the Chumps mint.
It's not
There
good.
was
Can you hear me?
4,000. There was 4,000 people on this stream, and there was 5 adults going, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Fucking
Can you
much.
hear me?"
I really don't want to switch, but I will if I have to. I will switch to OBS if I have to. I just don't want to do it. I'm trying to use the
OBS?
tools that we have.
OBS feels it feels so old school,
That's
but
the problem.
it does. Yeah, the problem is first night won't be able to use it because it's too complicated.
I know he's an old man, can't see well.
StreamYard. It's all about
Halfway through that
StreamYard.
beer, he'll be useless, clicking all the wrong things.
That's true.
You know what happened? The screen would go black, and you would hear.
Yeah. We hear the same thing that's happening with Mason right now. Except that I will really be kicking everything in the room.
Look, I need 30 seconds. This battery is going to be charged, and we'll be back in business.
Wow, what kind of battery charges in 30 seconds? You got some good shit.
That's
over
going to
there.
be my next question.
Look, I hooked up one of them iPhone chargers, and I jerry rigged my thing. You know, it's all good. It's all good.
I have an electronic door lock from my house, very fancy. But the battery was dying, and I replaced the battery. And then within like days, it's telling me the battery's dying again. I'm getting fucking pissed, and I call Yale and I complain. I say, "What's going on? Why do I have to keep changing these batteries?" They're like, "You need alkaline batteries." I was like, "I've never been told in my life that I needed alkaline batteries for anything." I thought that was just a made-up term, like a sales gimmick. They're like, "No, only alkaline batteries work in our locks." I'm like, "That's fucking crazy." So now
I would have took that as a full-on hint, and would have came home maybe for like 4 hours later, just wasted. And my wife would say, "Why?" I'm like, "They said I need alcohol."
that would have been me actually.
Yeah,
banging on the keypad.
I got a meeting today in a couple hours. I'll be meeting with Rida later on, and then I'm going to be meeting. Oh yeah, we could try to get him on the show, right?
Yes.
So
we want some
represent the
Rida
ape chain. Yeah, to represent the ape chain, folks. That boy is doing a lot. That was crazy that they got the. Oh, camera 3. Here we go.
He's back.
He's back. Don't lean back too far.
No audio.
Oh, hold on.
Right, we're back. We're
there
back.
There we go.
We're back. All
right, let's end the stream.
Yeah, seriously.
Thanks for
Cut that shit.
What are you sipping on over there?
Yeah, it'll be cool to have
little bit of
ape
High
chain
West,
people here on the show.
Sunday.
I think it'll be really important for us to do that.
Hold on. Mason's telling us about what
Oh,
he's...
sorry, Mason. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just drinking a little whiskey. That's all.
Oh, all right. Join the fun.
Look, it's Sunday night.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do?
That's it. That's all you got to say. It's Sunday night. That's it.
Sunday night.
Because I was
I'm
about to say
not a
Monday,
big drinker.
Monday
I'm not a big
afternoon.
drinker, but I like like a really hard liquor. You know, right before you go to bed, just like something to like.
I like to blackout drunk right before.
No. Not even. Like I want something that like you don't even want to drink. You know what I mean? You take a sip and you're like, you know what I mean? It like you struggle to get through it. Like that's what I want. Like one drink,
weird.
Struggle to get through it. I'm all about that because then you get to bed and you're like, I made it. I lived through that.
Yeah. I guess that makes a lot of sense, right? Because it'll send you off to La La Land a little bit, help you sleep a little bit, but then it's so gross that you don't want another one.
Exactly. Right. Like, and so I'm a Scotch drinker. Like I love Scotch. Like I like Scotch that smells like gasoline. It's terrible though because like you pour a little of that and someone comes next to you like, you know what I mean?
Like you have a problem.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the exact same reason is because I only want to have one drink.
See, I
I
have
do
the
it so
opposite
people don't sit
effect
next to
to
me.
that. I can't have just one.
Yeah, he'll have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you mean you can't just have one? That
I
mug
can't.
itself is like more alcohol
once
than
it
is
hits the
in the
lips,
bottle
like-
of whiskey itself.
Yeah.
You ever seen what's that movie? Once it hits the lips.
Old school.
Frank.
Oh,
That's Frank the Tank.
baby. Frank the Tank, baby.
Those backpacks that they use when you run, when you're going and you with the straw.
That's what I
I
mean.
feel that with whiskey, not even beer.
Don't worry, Miguel has never ran.
Wow, shots fired.
Ran to the fridge.
I like this game.
Guys.
I love this game.
I hate you guys.
Oh,
So- oh, now he's drinking water.
Wait, let's go back to Redacted and
Switch to
Sean and PG Group real quick. So when's that coming, huh, Casey?
I've been on a lot of team calls with them, and they are just, you know how it is with like a TGE and like at this level, like they want to do it the best case possible that everyone can, get as much money as possible. I mean, that's really what everyone wants for the holders at least, but obviously they don't necessarily need that. They want like the long-term thing. So to say a date is probably not my
let's
probably my
forget
role to say,
let's
but
forget
there's
about a
just a
date.
lot.
Let's forget
What's
about a
that?
date. I have a
Okay.
question. Forget
Yeah.
about a date. We saw the Uzuki kind of launch, right? We saw like what happened with that. We obviously saw what's happened with the Pengu launch and
Thank you,
everything
yeah.
there. Do you think that Redacted right now, and I'm asking you because I know you have a little bit more of like an insight into like the insider team. Do you think they're looking at that and trying to kind of like analyze what went down there?
I
Yeah,
mean,
of
like, are they
course.
changing direction based on?
Yeah.
Not changing direction so
No.
much, but learning. I think
Yeah.
learning. You know what I mean?
So I think what they're studying a lot of the way that Lingo Coin went. Lingo came out of nowhere. Like I didn't even know. Like I knew who the team was, obviously, because like I just like kind of know. And I was talking to them for like a VC round, but I didn't get in, which is stupid for me now. But like they did very well. I think they're sitting at 700 million, or they popped off like that real quick. And so their mechanism on how they ran it was really good. And so they're looking into that now. Obviously, when you have a token drop and your community is going to get a bunch from holding your NFT, it's going to happen, right? It happened with Azuki, and it massively with Azuki, and it happened with Pudgy. They just sold everything and then they dumped. But the thing that happened with Pudgy, I think it rebounded a lot quicker, is because there's a bigger roadmap, and people believe that the value of the NFT is still going to bring in some maybe more Pengu or more abstract coin or something. And so I think with Azuki, I don't think it's very clear what that's going to give you in the future. And so the difference with the both of them is Redacted has a clear roadmap on how you're going to get your RDAC into your pocket through these 7 or 8 working apps. And then the Y Combinator aspect, where you just have people coming in, they incubate it, they take a chunk, 10 to 20 or 15%, and then they throw you out, and then that product does well, and then you're earning RDAC that way. So at least, and there is going to be a sell-off. I mean, we're not naive about that, and we expect that. I don't know, maybe like the last month or so, or even up when there's a date and tokenomics are announced, that there's going to be a whole bunch of people buying in just for the airdrop, and those people are going to be out as soon as the airdrop is over.
Right.
It's going to happen. And then
Yeah,
like
100%.
even the way the tokenomics happen, like it's nearly inevitable for you to have no sell off. Like
Right.
it's just
Right.
going to happen, and it's just I think how
It's more of
you
like how you deal with it, right?
I mean, even the biggest players in the game, the Pudgy Penguins had a massive sell off. So like, it,
But now they're having a
who can't
massive
have that?
rebound. Now they're having a massive rebound.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
I think there was a hint. I think Elon hinted something about a Pudgy thing. You're right.
Did he?
I think he.
I didn't see that.
I saw rumors that there was a tiny hint of something about them working together somehow with the government. I'm not sure, but again, the reason why I think that the rebound is happening is because there's a clear indicator of how like owning that will benefit you, and I don't think that that has been really spelled out so much for Azuki, even though they have their own anime chain coming in. Really, it could kind of just be the same way. Right, the same way that Abstract is working could be the same way for Azuki, but I'm not sure that they've said that. But at least for RDAC, they've pretty much said it. So at least for me, I know that it's going to come back. So I will be holding.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think the one thing that is interesting is like I look at Azuki, I look at Pudgy Penguins, and I look at some of these bigger projects that have gone, and obviously Board 8, right, that have gone with this kind of tactic of like airdropping their community, like the funds, versus like the flip side where you have certain communities like Sappy Seals or like the Plague, right? And like in order to kind of gain liquidity in their token, you had to stake, right? You had to kind of like put it into staking, and then it kind of came back. And it's a little interesting in that because I think both of these methods have garnered very different results. When I think of Sappy Seals, when I think of the Plague, and I think of their coins, I don't think of a massive sell-off, or I don't think of a massive airdrop farm on their collections. Granted, I also don't see a giant run-up on their floor price because of the token. But at the same time, I think they were able to release their tokens in a way that was much more like organic to their actual community. You know what I mean?
No, I
That being
do.
said,
Yeah.
you have pawns that's saying that like he's getting rid of his coin. So forget what I said, but
It's a real
it's
Frank move.
interesting. It's just interesting, you know.
Yeah.
I do believe that, like, I know that Sean is not a fan of staking, but I know that it is something that they will have to do. I mean, it just makes sense because, like, how can you have an NFT that earns you RDAC if you're not staked? So there's going to be that. But I know that the TGE is going to be, and he said it on this show, like he's going to leave it up to the holders to make it right. So
Right.
if you want to read between the lines on that one, so
See, to me, that's the most bullish. When I actually listened to that space, and I was telling them earlier, like I've been actually really following you guys and kind of listening to these live streams. I think you guys have been dropping a lot of fucking awesome shit. And to me, that was actually one of the more bullish statements because to me, when I think about Web3, when I think about NFTs, when I think about any of this whole shit, it's not the founders, it's not the project, it's not the content, it's not the IP, it's not the marketing that sets the floor price or any of
Yep.
this. It's the holders,
Mhm.
right? It's the holders that do that. And to me, like when I heard you guys kind of talk about that in a previous space, to me that's kind of what you guys were getting at. It's more the holders that are going to decide what the future of this is going to be.
yeah, and he said that like with sometimes frustration because he knows that like there are communities and projects that don't do anything, but their floor price is way high, and I said
Sure.
that's because they're not selling. That's
Sure.
right, and that's why. And he's like, you have to understand, like the guy is doing so damn much, and then like his floor price is hovering it around a ETH when. If they were a more, I guess, Western brand or into that mainstream thing, it probably would be much higher. But for me, I go, all right. So I always, my analogy to them is you guys are like Xerox. Like you're not like the sexiest brand, but you're a needed brand that's going to be worth billions. That sometimes nobody knows what you do. Like for me, I think Xerox just makes paper or they just copy paper, but they do a whole lot of other things. Like they make parts and they just stuff like that. So I think that in the end, because they have so many products and they have what 900 people trying to launch products with them, and so you gotta think that there is a large percentage of those products that are going to be very good, and all they need to do is look at it, all right, and then take a piece and send them off on their way, and then they're just going to be take. I wouldn't say milking the cow, but they're going to be milking the teats for these other products, and then it all goes back. So I believe that like RDAC as a token, I don't think it's going to like just skyrocket. It'll probably a little bit because they're going to do what they can. It'll dump a bit, but then over time, because they have so many things, that's just going to keep going into just going back into buying the token. So I it's going to be a long run up for them. But with that said, their whole ecosystem depends on this thing doing well. So they're going to do whatever they can internally to make sure that it does well.
I think part of his goal is to expand the number of holders within the Jira, right? He's trying to get like 3,000 different holders. And I think the more that, the more people you bring in, it's great when people hold a ton, but the more people you bring in, the more you expose them to that ecosystem, the more incentivized they feel to be a part of those other products. It really helps grow it instead of just hoping people stockpile and that, there's not even enough for 3,000 different people to hold that one NFT.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really going at other communities, trying to get them to understand what Jira is all about too. So
But that's the
he'll
hard
get
part,
there.
though.
Huh?
It's not something that you could easily swallow. It's you have to sit down and explain to these people what is that they're building, because I don't think that it's been seen very often. And so, usually you just go, oh, we're this, we've been on TV and we
Well,
got this.
to your point, I actually think this is where AGW is really going to play a huge part because I think a lot of their products, not even projects, but their products are going to be highlighted, and they might not even be connected, right? Might not even be this is a redacted product, this is a PG product or whatever. But I personally think like the way that I've seen some of the UI of this AGW, you're going to have direct access to Swiper.
What's that?
You're going to have direct access to a lot of these different products that PG is putting out. And that's going to be in a way that like is different than downloading a Google Chrome extension or, you know, having to go to the website and like do your own research. Being there in that wallet, being one of those primary products, I feel like is really going to benefit this whole ecosystem, especially
Yeah,
considering how many products they have.
Yeah, it's an official stamp,
You're right.
right? It's an
Right.
official stamp, and I don't think that it matters. It shouldn't matter that people know what product they're using. It matters if they fucking use it. Like, who cares who owns it? Like, who cares? Like, obviously they want to be able to say that they own it because like they're in the middle of a push. But like at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. Like for the longest time, people were using Bullx and they never knew that PG was a group part of that. And
Right.
like for them it kind of matters because they can, you know, at this moment in time, because they can say that we built this and you should come in. For like business people, they want to hear that and it helps them on that aspect. But for in terms of their business, like they shouldn't have to want to stamp it all the time because it's not necessary. Like just go use it. Just go use it. Go use FlashX. Go use Swiper on whatever app we're using it on, and then maybe, you know, one day you can go, "Hell yeah, we own that."
Well, I think to your point, right, that comes back to like being a holder of the OG collections, being a holder of the people that believe in the ecosystem. They're the ones that are going to be benefiting from these products being just used as products.
And that's
These
how
are
it should
great
be.
products.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you.
You know, on the on that abstract ecosystem map, it showed Swiper under social, not under prediction markets, and I can see it both ways, but I do think it plays that part under predictions because you really are just, you know,
Well,
forecasting the outcome of something.
the long run of Swiper is a bit different, so it could kind of fit under both. I'm a There's one that no one's really talking. Well, there are a lot of people talking about it, but the one that I think is going to be a killer is RampX.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Yeah, I've got the tweet on there. It said all trades to abstract from any chain will have zero fees once it launches on abstract. So that's pretty crazy to have no fees
Dude.
for a transaction.
So like all the other things that they have, like a FlashX, Swiper, that's just for fun, right? You do it for fun if you're a grinder, if you're in the trenches and stuff like that. But like RampX is like a legit utility, like a Uniswap or something like that, something that you would need. Imagine you want to go buy, you want to go buy a coin on Solana. You want to go buy what's a good one? You want to go buy fucking Butthole or something like that, and then you only have ETH. You go to RampX and you can buy it with ETH. Like you don't have to go swapping shit. You don't have to do anything. You keep like if you just own Solana or if you just own BTC or whatever, you can go to RampX and you can get anything you want with whatever currency you want. Like what? And it's fast.
You're saying I don't have to send between different wallets anymore, and then
Yeah, and then I think
Wait,
I'm not the pro on it, but I think that they remove gas after, so it's not like can you send me $2? Can you send me $3? I need to make this transaction. It takes it after you send it.
You know, I saw, I was watching the stream the other day. Somebody was trying to have enough ETH in their wallet to pay a gas fee, and they accidentally bought like $100,000 worth of ETH. And they really fat fingered that. And it was pretty crazy to think that all they needed was like $10 of ETH, and they accidentally
I
bought
hate you so much.
$100,000 of ETH. That was pretty crazy.
I heard he likes beer, big beer.
Loves it.
Does he need a place to send? Does he need a place to send extra ETH? Because I can give him a wallet.
I wonder, is he up on that accidental?
Ooh, for a minute he was.
Yeah, I
and
was.
He ain't now.
I was.
What's it at now?
I don't even know. I don't even
You're
look
about
at it
even.
anymore.
You're about even.
Have you guys fucked around with this new tribe thing? Have you guys seen this?
No.
It's like a Windows 95 kind of like social fi app.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody posted.
Casey did.
Casey
Casey, you
posted.
did it.
You know,
is it?
anytime I get a chance to farm something, I'm out there. So I'm on
The
it.
motherfucker said, "Nah, I have no idea what it is." Oh yeah. No, I did that.
I'm on it. I got
He does so much he doesn't even know what he does. It all just gets blurred out.
how many? I got it's friend tech. It's
Yeah.
basically it's friend tech, but it's on Windows 98.
I never did friend tech. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I went in, I did it, I started. No one's joined my thing, but
Oh, you did do that? You did do it?
I'll join it.
Yeah, no. I started today because I had no idea what it is, and look, I'm a '90s baby. I fucking love the '90s, bro. You fucking throw some Windows 95 at me, I'm gonna fucking go all live. Let's go. So I went in there. I had no idea what I was doing. I threw 0.205 Sol into my account, and there you go.
Maybe I'll do it.
I don't know exactly, and even the way friend tech worked, I don't really. Again, it's a social trading thing where you as an account, they can buy subscriptions to your account and whatnot. But if you're not really dropping any type of like alpha or something like
Right.
that, I don't know how long something like this lasts because friend tech didn't.
I got nothing to give the people.
Yeah, like so like let's say if you're not a Frank or if you're not like a thread guy or a dingling or something like that who's got like
Excuse me,
shit
what does Frank or Thread Guy got for us? They're not dropping CAs. They're just dropping
Maybe they-
clip. No. They're dropping clip
They
farms
could.
after they fucking farm those CAs.
So
let's be honest.
okay, that is it. But if you aren't, let's say, you know what I'm saying? If you aren't giving them something, then I don't know like why anyone's gonna buy me. Like
Right.
Like you can whatever I give you here, I'll give it outside first.
Right.
It's the
No, I
same.
get that.
So yeah, mine is worth like I feel bad because people have spent some like a little bit of money on it. I think I got like oh no, my token has bottomed out.
Raise the glass to that. Mason,
Yeah.
doesn't that speak to the complete opposite of what Cato is, right? Imagine only giving the relevant info inside these friend tech rooms, not on crypto Twitter, so Cato can't pick it up. It's like you can't have these two competing ecosystems that are completely.
That's the whole thing. That I think they want that. They want you to have like your premium alpha and your premium content coming in here, and people pay for it, just like you would probably do it on X. People would sub to you there, but like I don't know if people are willing to go back and forth.
Exactly.
And especially the new kids, they'll look at this and go, "This is weird. It looks weird. It's so old."
Is this broken?
I got a question about chumps. Actually, I saw an incredible sale. I don't know if it was yesterday. Was it today? Yesterday?
The
day
Mystic one?
before? But
Yesterday.
yeah, no, there was like a ridiculous sale on chumps the other day. Can we talk about that for a
So
second?
yeah, he came in and he bought it, the Mystic Yeti, one of one, for $1,799.
Holy
And
shit! Wait, do we know
swept-
who this person is?
I know who it is, and he swept 70.
Holy
70?
shit!
He still did
70.
it. That's all right. He's still not there.
Holy
He still not beat you. He swept 70, and he's like, I mean, he's not like one of these guys that's like out grinding all the time. Like I messaged him, he's out golfing. Like when you're golfing, it means that you've reached a level in your life where
He's working
do
on
not-
his form at this point. He
Yeah.
doesn't give a fuck about anything else but his form.
Yeah.
So I got him a couple of Jirasan also. But the funny thing is, like, he doesn't even know that one of one comes with because I put mint prizes for our one of ones and I haven't sent them yet, and so I don't know if people forgot about it or they didn't care. But like, it comes with 2 other NFTs that I bought, and they're just kind of sitting in there in my wallet. Not like he needs it because he's probably a boss, but like it's super cool. He jumped in, onboarded by another chump guy, and he bought this, one of our biggest sales, if not the biggest one. I think our biggest sale was by Hans GU, our Hans. He bought
Shout out to Hans.
yeah, he bought my own ugly
He
ass.
bought with your face on it.
Yeah,
He bought, you know that when he bought it, I knew he bought it because we were messaging back and forth. And the moment that it sold, I saw it, And I messaged him because I knew it was him, and I was like, "You did not." And he's like, "Yes, I did."
Yeah, only
He's
like
such
one
a
of you
troll,
dummies
bro.
would do that.
He's such a troll.
Yeah, so he bought it. Like I really think that is the dumbest NFT I've ever seen in my life. Like I just it's so stupid.
It was funny,
And I don't have to give myself a mint prize anyways.
Well, I still think that's pretty fucking cool, bro. Like having somebody coming in and buying a 101 for that price, it just sets a precedent in the community. You know what I mean? It just sets like one of those kind of tones. And yeah, I saw it on the timeline. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder
it
who
was
it was that
pretty
minted
cool.
70 ants yesterday, too, in one shot.
Was it 70?
Yeah.
Somebody mint
70.
70 ants also.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yesterday.
What number are you at now?
We're about 2,000 almost.
Just under 2,000. I think we're
Damn.
the 1900s, but we moved 800 in the last 48 hours, which is pretty fucking sweet. And I don't know if you saw, but we
you
got
guys act like that's like a normal movement when you only have like a 5,000 supply. Like you do that movement like one more time and you're fucked. Like you have no more supply.
pretty low key for almost a year. So we see it like holy shit.
We haven't even touched that pile.
Right.
That bank.
Right.
Still there.
So Casey, this guy, the comment on the screen, he's the one who hit the one of the bounties yesterday. He hit the Blue Ranger bounty, and he got himself a sweet $500 in ETH for minting that. That's sweet.
Because we know you got a lot of ETH.
Chilling out, just waiting to sweep something.
That's
hate
cool.
you
I
guys
think
so
we should
much.
do more bounties though.
Yeah, I want to do more bounties. I got to see like which ones should we give a bounty
I think
to.
we got to
Yeah,
do something
they
more
don't
with
have
that
to be
general.
big. They don't have to be big. Like throw out like a couple 20s, 40s, 50s.
That's true. I think anything with
Yeah.
like the general trade is pretty cool, especially when
There's
you
not
think
that
about
many.
battles.
Yeah, I think that most of those are out though. That's the problem.
Because
Okay.
like I was telling Miguel, I was like, you're opening up your Discord, you're getting people in there, and a lot of times it's the first time they would heard of you. So like if they mint something or if they win something, you need to give them a reason to stick around.
Yeah.
And so you get them in there. You got to hook them with whatever's going on, and then you can build on them because like you can grind it out for a year. And, organically you get these people in there, but then all of a sudden you move 800 in 48 hours. Now you need to keep a percentage of those guys because a lot of them come in for the free thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. There was a promotion. There was a little campaign action going
Yeah.
on.
Well, I still have the campaign going. It's 7 days, so we'll see. But we already hit our mark. Like we already gained 100 followers on Discord.
Yeah.
Within a few hours.
I'm very uncomfortable with these numbers. I can't keep up with the chat.
You can't keep up with anything.
I know. I prefer like
I do it all.
10 people. I just want to talk to
I wake up
10
at 4 in the
people.
morning and I'm talking to like everybody. I'm on X, I'm on Discord, I'm on IG, I'm on TikTok, I'm like everywhere. I'm like the Pope. And you are nowhere.
Casey, I don't wish him to have kids because I think he wouldn't be a great father given the amount of drinking that we see he does. But he just doesn't understand what it's like to have a family and have kids. And
I have a
need to
dog.
you have a dog, please. He just doesn't
my
understand
daughter.
what it's like to have kids and need to prioritize them over Discord. Then he gets mad at me.
I love Discord.
Yeah. Oh, you hate Discord. Yeah. Speaking of that, I got to go get mine. He's at school.
Discord?
Like literally, this is the only times that I'm allowed to actually, and probably not even allowed to be on a live stream in the morning is when he's at school and my wife is at the gym. My wife has walked into the room. I can hear her peeling potatoes, which is a clear sign for me to shut up.
All right, good luck. Don't get in trouble.
All right. Have fun.
That was a really good accent. Like you guys all understood. Like,
Oh yeah.
Do what you got to do. Family first.
Appreciate you, brother.
thanks
right.
for the time. Hold on a second. This is you. This is a shout out to you, Mason.
That's exactly
Beautiful
just
job.
like it.
Beautiful job.
Just like it.
Yo, if you're not tuning into this
like the heat.
look, if you're not tuning into this live stream, you're missing comedy.
Oh
That's
my
all I'm
God,
gonna
yeah.
say right now. You're
Absolutely.
missing comedy.
I was like, did he fall? No.
Yo,
I
that
looked
was
at you and
good
I was
shit.
like, I think he
No,
fell,
that was
bro.
good shit. That was good shit. That was good shit.
That's funny.
That was funny. Well, we have 260 people watching. Ken, anything you want to say? These you suck.
Fuck off. No, just a reminder that if you're on Twitter, which most of you are, give us a like. Is that what it is? A follow? How does this work?
I don't know, man.
Give us a follow. Give us a
half
retweet.
drunk.
And head over to rebelants.io where you can mint your very own Battle for the Colony. There are still some bounties out there. I want to give away Miguel's money, so you need to mint so you can get some of the good ones. We still have a Red Ranger out there for 500. We got the Moon Ant out there for 1,000. And any other ninjas?
We have 2 ninjas, red ones.
Two ninjas for $100.
Yeah.
So good things happening, and just to welcome people to the space who may not know what Rebel Ants is all about for Battle for the Colony. Mason, you'll have to get through this little self promotion with us. So thank you.
Dude, you want me to fucking say it for you? Just send me the.
Can we talk about undead too?
Send me the fucking the copy. I'll read it. I'll read it in my announcer voice. Welcome.
Take it away.
To the Rebel Ants,
so if you head over to Rebel
the
Ants,
place where the Battle of the Colony and the digital art meets AI storytelling. Click here.
Write that down.
Actually, that sounds really good.
That does sound. We're gonna clip that.
I was just trying,
So, what's happening is we are
rewards from AI storytelling. No, sorry.
Digital, build your army and reap the rewards. So what's happening is we have 5,555 ants within Battle for the Colony. Each one is assigned to a gang. There's 11 gangs. So each gang has 555 ants. When battles begin, you're going to register, connect your wallet to the battle portal. It'll see which ants you have, and then based on the winning gang, if you're holding the winning gang, you get rewarded based on your percentage of the power of your ants.
Can you show the sample of the what it's going to look like when you connect your wallet?
Yes.
I don't like the animosity.
So there's a portal where your ants, you'll see the power of each ant, and then you'll see your total power by gang. So an example would be, let's say the 3 of us are in this battle. If we all hold the winning gang, but I had 50% of the power based on having more ants, I would get 50% of the rewards. So it's all just a percentage. It's all just percentage based.
Correct.
So your percentage of the contribution to the winning gang is your percentage of the reward payout. So for example, season 1, we're going to be paying out with our Pepe, which is on Soul. So let's say this round, there's a $100 reward. If you have 50% of the power of the winning gang, you'll get 50% of the reward. So you'll get $50 of that. So the earlier that you're participating means, there's probably fewer people participating, so you'll naturally have a higher percentage. If there was 100 people participating in the winning gang and everyone had, 1%, you'd only get $1. So the earlier you get in, the more you hold of that winning gang, the higher your reward will be.
And this is all my money.
This is all your money.
I know.
It will be other people's money.
Yeah, season 1 is more of us learning and getting feedback from the community and seeing what we need to improve on. Obviously, we have other plans for season 2, 3, 4, etc. And so we keep going up. We're going to keep developing. And
I
doing
think
more.
Genuine Undead would be a good partnership in terms of rewarding people's ant power by holding Genuine Undead.
Yeah. So
Eventually,
you suck.
I hate
Just
you.
say it now. Might as well.
Yeah.
All right. The plan technically is if you hold certain other NFTs to at some point in season 2.
Undead V2 though, bro. Come on. Let's.
Yeah, what just happened?
You're in V1, bro.
I just typed
What are you
it in.
doing?
That's what came up.
Let's do it.
You're out of control right now.
Let's do a V2. You know what I mean? Wait, my battery died. I'm gone. My battery died.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God! You're gone again?
It's all right.
This is so embarrassing. We're not even going to talk about Genuine Undead then.
I'm back. Hold
So
on.
anyway, the point is that in future battles, if you hold,
Right.
Anyway.
There will be different game mechanics for each future season. So one of those mechanics might be by holding a specific NFT project, your ants will have more power. So imagine getting a 2x multiplier for holding a Genuine Undead, or getting a 2x multiplier for holding a Jira or a Saints or a Chumps. So it'll
Right.
incentivize you to have other NFTs in your wallet that hold your ants. Maybe even our other collections,
Right.
our Jeremy Pets, our Voiced Echoes, our Rebel Ants V1. If you hold those, that might be its own season, right?
Yeah. I think it's good because this is what really helps us like bring other communities into our ecosystem, right? So if you hold, let's say, for example, one of these beautiful, I love these NFTs, bro.
Fuck, they're so nice.
About to go
right?
mental.
Look how
right now.
badass this one is.
Are they not some of the nicest pixels?
This one is
ever
so
made?
badass.
Dude, I'm so addicted
Look
to
at
buying
that
these.
shit. Just
Anyway.
look at that shit, bro. It's crazy, bro.
They're so
So
cool.
good. The hats are so good.
Yeah.
I just can I just take a second? Can I
Go
just
ahead.
take a second? I'm gonna look into the camera real quick. Look.
Do
It's the same exact amount of pixels as a CryptoPunk. Like literally, I want you to go to OpenSea right now. I want you to go search CryptoPunk. I want you to go and
Mine.
pull
Here's
up that collection. Okay? I want you to look through all of their traits, the entire collection. It's the exact same amount of pixels. 576 pixels. What does that equal? 24 by 24. Okay? I just want you to compare the two. That's it. That's all I want you to do. Is just compare the two. I want you to take one, put it next
I don't
to
think
the
there's any
other.
comparison.
That's it.
Hold on, I'm gonna tile them.
That's it. That's all I want. Same
Look at
pixel
the
grid.
detail.
For real. These two and say which one should be worth
Same pixel
You know.
grid. That's it.
50,000.
That's all I'm saying. It's the same
Yeah.
pixel grid.
That's insane.
It's pretty bad actually when you put them side by side.
Yeah,
Ooh.
GU is insanely good, man. It's the best pixel art out there, like for real.
Look, and I'm not even here to talk about GU. I'm here to talk about Abstract. I'm here to talk about Rebel Ants. I'm here to talk about KC and how fucking beautiful his bald ass head is. But while we're here,
You're right.
take a look at these fucking
Right.
pixels.
There really isn't a comparison
Just
here.
look at the fucking 576 pixels. The same fucking shit.
Yeah.
That's the same grid.
It's insane how good.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Fucking look. Come back to me. Hey, Cosmo Bendici. Fucking DM me, bro. DM me. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Fuck. Anyway. Anyway.
That's a big difference.
Anyway.
Anyway.
You can just tell the details how crazy it is. I love GUs. I have a
It's
lot of GUs.
nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
Who onboarded me to GUs? I think it was
Hans.
It was, right?
It was Hans.
Yeah. I think it might have been through Martech.
Yeah. It was
I think it was through Martech.
No. Martech. What happened with Martech was that somebody stole his wallet or something. So I rescued.
Oh, I remember that.
his
Yeah,
GUs.
I do remember that. That.
Um,
Wait, so how long are we gonna do this? We're 2 hours in. Are we gonna keep going?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up.
Oh, shit, we are?
'Cause I've got obligations at home
Yeah.
now. So give a follow on Twitter at genuinely undead. Also worth picking up one of these beautiful V2s and beautiful, great community, very welcoming, very active, engaged, and very committed. Right, they've got spin-offs, their own alts
Yeah.
of the genuine ecosystem, and it's really cool to get to see them and watch them each do their own thing, but still stay true to the community.
Don't forget to direct people to listen to Mason and. I love those. I'm always on there.
Yeah, I try to
Yo,
listen
check
while
out
driving
and also
kids
check
to
out
work.
Abstract. I'm on one of the teams of Abstract. We have a project coming out. It's called Bearish. If you haven't seen Bearish yet, go check out Bearish account. It's called Bearish as fuck. It's coming out on Abstract. Believe it or not, it's minting on Tuesday. Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah,
fucking
big.
Let me check it out.
fast. Yeah, it's coming
Abstract
fast.
Mainnet goes live in just a
Yeah.
couple of days, so it'll be really interesting to be a part
Mainnet
of it.
goes
Watch.
live tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow,
Okay.
right?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. This will be the first time that there's
Tomorrow.
a blockchain launch that I actually care about and want to be
I know,
involved in.
I-
So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Definitely
likewise.
looking forward to it.
So if you've enjoyed any of this space, go follow Kevin. Go follow my guy First Night. Go follow the Rebel Ants. Go follow Genuinely Undead and go follow Bearish. I appreciate you.
All right. Well, having said that, we appreciate everyone who's been joining us. If you were here from the beginning, I apologize for the tech issues. They may or may not happen again next week. It's hard to say. No, next week will be an unusual schedule. We'll figure it out because it's Super Bowl Sunday and we won't be streaming during the Super Bowl.
I will be streaming during the Super Bowl.
You know what, Mason? I'll get with
And you guys can join my stream.
We're gonna
I'll
join
join,
you.
I'll join yours if Kevin's not around.
Do
You guys can join from your iPhone. You can be at your Super Bowl parties. You can hide in the bathroom. I don't really give a shit.
together?
Yeah, whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Do you remember 2 Super Bowls ago when there was that commercial for the what was it Pixelmon? Was the NFT?
No, it wasn't Pixelmon. It was
It was so bad. It was a QR
it was like
code.
Digimon. It was like fucking
Digi.
or whatever the
Oh
fuck
yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
I think nothing has still happened with that.
No.
No, that guy
Twitter.
raised stupid amounts of money, and yeah.
It
Also,
went
I mean, dude, that guy went in, fucking paid for
Nobody
a
even
Super
heard of
Bowl,
this guy,
paid
man.
for a fucking Super Bowl commercial.
Exactly.
Was like, I'm gonna keep my Twitter PFP as a fucking human.
brutal. It's very embarrassing.
Crazy.
Anyway, I'm
But it's taking us home, Kev.
All right.
Crazy.
Give us a follow on X if you're there. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. And again, head over to rebelants.io where you can mint your very own battle for the colony for 0.0025 ETH. And while you're there, do us all a favor and fuck off.
Submit these motherfuckers to the Abstract Creator Program because there's no other people that deserve to be there than these two people right here. So make sure
And you.
go and fucking support the people that have been supporting you since day one. Go and help them. Make sure that they can continue to spread the gospel that pumps your bags.
Yes, let us pump you. Anyway. I meant what I said. All right. Have a good night, all. We will let you know when the next show is, and we look forward to seeing you all then. Peace out.
Have a good night, everybody.
Deuces. Ending.